Hello, sports fan. This is Steven here for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special NCAA exclusive video. I'm going to be breaking down the Johnny Manziel situation. Johnny Manziel this week has been the center of a lot of debate and a lot of topics. A lot of people have talked about his party habits. A lot of people have talked about how he's changed since he's won the Heisman. One of ESPN's anchors by the name of Wright Thompson, which is one of their journalists and anchors, really spent the day with the Manziel family and really dug deep into the dirt, it seems like, and talked to the parents that got the dirt on Johnny Manziel and talked about how his life isn't going how it should be or a lot of things like that. But I will say this, you have to back off of Johnny Manziel. The pressure that he's under right now, I feel like it isn't fair. The scrutiny that he's facing isn't a fair thing to give him that scrutiny. Only because you have to look at, he's a college kid. If he was a professional and he was making all these mistakes and doing things like that, then you could say, okay, you're a professional. You know better. You're supposed to do better. Let the guy make mistakes. He's not out killing somebody. He's not out raping somebody. He's an adult who's in college who is partying. You know, yes, he's going to an NBA Finals game. Yes, he's going to a Laker game before. If his parents can financially afford for him to do certain things, or he can afford to do certain things and not break any laws by doing these things, then cool. A lot of people talked about how he made the point about how Johnny Manziel is going to end up in jail. You have to look at the where you're getting your information from. Johnny Football's parents, which is his mom and dad, are at this point always asking Johnny for something, whether it's an autograph, whether it's to put his face or his likeness on something. When you have parents who are like that, a lot of times people rebel away from that. Johnny Football has made it clear. He wants home to be a place where he can go and not be Johnny Football. He wants to be Johnny Manziel. He doesn't want to have to be that celebrity 24/7. Even when his college professors come up to him and they ask him, hey, can you sign my autograph? Can you do this? Can you do that? What happened to Johnny Manziel being a human being? Yes, he won the Heisman Trophy. Yes, he had one of the best seasons in college football, especially in the SEC. But look at it like this. When Johnny Football and the lights are on for Johnny Football and he gets back on that gridiron, I expect Johnny Football to do damage. And when I tell you that third game against Alabama where they go, Alabama has to go to College Station, look out. You're going to see how focused Johnny Manziel is. I've seen him this offseason do better with his training, do better with his focus in his books, as far as learning the playbook. You have to look at Coach Sumlin out there. He has a big responsibility on his plate now. Texas A&M is no longer under the radar on the SEC. Last year was their first year in the SEC, but I think people need to get off Johnny Manziel's back. If he wants to go party, cool, go party. A lot of people talk about his drinking habits. I don't know that to be true. I've never seen it for myself. But what I can say is leave Johnny Football alone from the personal standpoint. Focus on what he does in as far as the football standpoint. Then you can do what he has to do. A lot of people talk about how in the NFL he's too small, he's too short. Don't give me that BS, because Drew Brees is short. Drew Brees is a little mobile and he can do a lot of great things with that arm, and he can't really see over the pocket. Michael Vick, for example, is a shorter quarterback that makes his living in the NFL. So you have examples of quarterbacks who had success throughout a long career in the NFL just because they're short. Just because you question Johnny Manziel doesn't mean he has to be your best quarterback or your favorite quarterback. If I had one quarterback from the SEC that I was willing to bet my money on, Johnny Football would be that one quarterback, because I've seen him play against Alabama in a pressure-packed situation where he brought Texas A&M back and literally came back and defeated Alabama. So I'm trusting Johnny Manziel to do great things. Coming into this season, he is my Heisman front runner right now. I know a lot of people are on a Jadeveon Clowney ship, and Jadeveon Clowney deserves a lot of those accolades, that respect, and that glory. But right now, in my book, Johnny Manziel, if he has anything similar to the season he had last season, he should be the Heisman Trophy winner yet again, because in the SEC, it's hard enough to put up Cam Newton-like numbers. which Johnny Manziel shattered. So I'm looking at what he can do with his arm and his leg this season. I don't think they'll go undefeated, but I think Johnny Manziel will have a great season. To sum things up, Johnny Manziel's dad and mom both just need to shut up. Because for me, you're making his environment a badder environment than what it needs to be. He says all the different things that he says. He's human. He's in college. He's allowed to vent on Twitter. He's allowed to be honest. That's why we love our athletes. If all of our athletes were politically correct, sports would be so boring. Sports would be so bland. It wouldn't be as passionate and as powerful as it is. So to Johnny Manziel personally, good luck on this season. I wish you the best. And for all the haters of Johnny Manziel, you can keep hating because he's still the Heisman Trophy winner. There's nothing you could do to take away from that. There's nothing you could do to take away from him partying, nothing like that. So your complaints are falling on deaf ears. This has been a JustMyPicks.com breakdown of the Johnny Manziel situation, aka Johnny Football. Tell me your thoughts on Johnny Manziel. Do you think he's going across the line too far? Do you think he's not done enough? Or do you like Johnny Manziel just like he is? You can check this out on YouTube /JustMyPicksTV. Remember, check out this video and all my other videos. Also, follow me on Twitter @JustMyPicksTV. Also, check out all the premium content and all the local breaking news stories on JustMyPicks.com. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me. Please comment on my videos and share them. God bless.